YouTube, how's it going? Gamer Games coming at you with another video from Nerdy Guy Entertainment. We are doing another tier maker video. We are going through the entire Disney lineup. We're skipping one era, but we just did the golden era, which was the first pretty much the first 5 movies made by Disney Animation Studios. And now we're going over the silver era, kind of where it kind of caught some steam for a couple years. So without further ado, let's dive into this. So we are going to go in order here, from worst to best. I did it last time, and I realized that I wasn't. It was kind of like, I don't know, it was just disjointed, not having them in order. So the worst movie in this era. So there are 8 movies in this era: 101 Dalmatians, Alice in Wonderland, Cinderella, Jungle Book, Lady and the Tramp, Peter Pan, Sleeping Beauty, and The Sword and the Stone. And I will go through all these. And the worst one in this era, and I'm not going to really put them in like more or less favorite, good, meh, not my cup of tea, whatever. Just about every Disney movie is good enough to watch. They're all pretty decent. Just some are better for different reasons. You'll notice that I did this in the last one, that the ones with the better villains usually ranked a little bit higher, usually. But for example, the first one, Alice in Wonderland, is probably my least favorite in this entire area group, and it's not that far behind Cinderella. I don't think Cinderella is up there with a lot more of my favorites either. Alice in Wonderland is a pretty good movie. It's based off the book. It's got a lot of good stuff going on. It's very trippy, disjointed, whatever you want to call it. There's a pretty decent live action version made by Tim Burton that I recommend people check out. But like I said, it's not a bad movie. There's one main villain, I guess, if you want to go with the Queen of Hearts, but it bounces around between, like, who is kind of in the way of Alice achieving her goal. It's not a bad movie, like I said, but it's just not my favorite. Cinderella is the next one on this list, and I'll keep that in the D category. Cinderella and Alice, I go back and forth between the two, but I just think Cinderella is just a better overall movie. It's got a better story, it's got a better outcome, it's got better side characters. Like I said, it's not disjointed, it's not like all over the place. Like I said, very good movie, and you got some good songs in it, like Bippity Boppity Boo, Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. I mean, there's a good one in there. And Alice in Wonderland, a very, very on birthday, is pretty funny. But like I said, Alice in Wonderland, or Cinderella, just a little bit better than Alice in Wonderland to me. And like I said, neither one of them are bad by any stretch. But yeah. So moving on to the next one. The next one I see is Sleeping Beauty. Now, Sleeping Beauty actually probably has the best villain. One of the best villains of this entire group. Actually, this group has very good villains. Queen of Hearts is probably a pretty good villain. You have Maleficent in this video. I think this movie is very good. The live action version was very good as well. It wasn't based off this version, but it's based on a different version, which is why I like the name change. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but I hate it when they make a live action version of a movie and then change the story around. I don't like that. Just call it something else. Sleeping Beauty, very good. You have Aurora. She's cursed as a kid, and she lives with 3, I think they're like witches or fairies or whatever, pretend to be her like aunt or aunts or whatever. And yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I'm not gonna spoil the rest of it, but it's really good. And yeah, moving on to the next one, Lady and the Tramp. So I like dogs. So dogs are pretty cool to me. So I'll put that right there. And this is, like I said, I can't change these things, can I? No, I can change those. Dang it. Okay, well, maybe next time I'll do this. I'll change this, but this is not my cup of tea. I'm just putting them in order that I think it is. Lady and Tramp. It's a good movie. It's a good story. You have the dog that's like owned by people who's kind of resenting those people, and then eventually comes around to the fact that she actually would rather be a dog living with people and resenting the fact they have a baby now than living on the streets. And it's just got a good story. It's a lot of good stuff to it. I watched this a lot as a kid because I had this and another movie on the same, I'm going to say a word that a lot of people may not know, VCR, on a tape. This, and what was the movie? It's like Shaggy Dog. is like one of the Shaggy Dog movies. So yeah, I really enjoyed Lady and the Tramp. It's a pretty good movie. It is ranked like 8, 7, 6, 5th on this list. Moving on, Jungle Book. Probably, it's a very good movie, and I think they've done some really good things with the characters in this. So, for example, one of my favorite animated shows of all time is Tailspin. And a lot of the characters in this, Baloo, King Louie, Shere Khan, all of them have translated into that. But the Jungle Book is pretty good. It's got some of the most memorable scenes. Got some memorable song. Bare Necessities is one of the best Disney songs ever, if not the best Disney song ever. There's just so much going on with it. A lot of good characters. You got Mowgli. You got Blue. It's really well done. It's a really well done movie. It's funny. It's whimsical. It's got some good songs in it. And yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. And again, sticking with the dog theme, 101 Dalmatians is number 3 on this list. Probably, like I said, it's another. Look at the movies so far. Look at these movies so far. The best ones have good villains. The best movies in Disney have pretty good villains. Alice in Wonderland this era has good villains. Let me rephrase this. Alice in Wonderland, she has Queen of Hearts. Cinderella has evil stepmother. Sleeping Beauty has a Maleficent. I don't think Lady and the Tramp really has a villain per se. It's just like humans, I guess. It's just kind of like environmental obstacles have to overcome in Lady and the Tramp. Jungle Book has Shere Khan, and also Man, if you want to go that route. 101 Dalmatians has Cruella de Vil, which I cannot wait for the Emma Stone version of this movie. And I'll get the last 2 movies here in a minute. But 101 Dalmatians, very good movie. They did a live action version. It's one of the few live action versions I think was really well done. They didn't change the story too much. They kind of just changed the occupation of the main character, Roger. He's a video game designer rather than a songwriter. But other than that, they didn't change much of the movie. And I think it was really, really good. Really well done. And Cruella de Vil, like I said, is a really good villain. One of the better villains you're going to find. And, okay, so moving on to the last 2. Peter Pan is number 2 on my list. Another good villain, Captain Hook. Peter Pan, it's a good story. The live-action version called Hook is a very good movie. I never had that movie as a kid. I had to rent it once in a while to watch it. So I'd always watch Peter Pan and kind of just imagine it as Hook. But Peter Pan, very good. Never Never Land. There's a lot of good stuff going on with that movie. The island that you go to in Never Never Land has so much stuff going on. As a kid, everyone wanted to go there. Everyone wanted to, fly, second star to the right, straight on till morning. And yeah, it's just very enjoyable. And then the last movie is this movie. I've watched this movie so freaking much. I cannot express how much I watched this movie. I watched this movie probably 1,000 times. Sword in the Stone. Little kid named Arthur Pendragon. He, is kind of being taught by Merlin about like things in the world, like trying to educate him, things like that. It's funny. There's a lot of like turning into animals, or turning into squirrels, turning into fish, turning into a bird. There's actually a pretty decent villain, but she's not like a main villain. Madam Mim, she's only in there for a couple minutes. Really just a overall very funny movie. I think it's one of the most underrated movies Disney's ever made. But my favorite movie by far in this era is The Sword and Stone. So if I'm ranking them from 1 through 8, number 1 is Sword and Stone, number 2 is Peter Pan, number 3, 101 Dalmatians, number 4, Jungle Book. Lady and the Tramp is number 5. Sleeping Beauty is number 6, Cinderella is number 7, and Alice in Wonderland is number 8. And I want to reiterate, none of these are ones I dislike at all. I think they're all very good. I can sit down and watch them right now. I cannot wait till my daughter's old enough to watch this stuff. We'll just sit down and watch these movies all the time. But that is my video. So thank you all for watching. This is Gamer James, and I hope you enjoy the next video that comes out. Hit the subscribe button. Get videos like that all the time. I have a playlist that's going to play out all these tiers. So I hope you enjoy, and have a good one. See ya.